That's the diagram that they want me to find the area of this. They want me to find the area of the shaded region. So let me just shade it with a different color, blue. We said in order to do that, to find the area of this shaded region A, we need to find the area of the triangle, the area of the sector, and the area of the triangle. So let me just put S. So let me just put S for shaded region. It's going to be equal to area. So AS means area of shaded region, right? Is equal to the area of this entire sector, so area of sector, minus the area of that triangle. Okay, that's a triangle, okay? Right. So to find the area of the sector, we know a formula. Can anybody tell me what's the formula? This is angles in radians. What formula would I use?
Theta over 360 degrees times the area of the circle. Pi r squared, basically.
Okay. This is in radians. You want to try again? Once it's in radians, there's a different formula that we use. Anybody else? You want to try?
Half r squared.
Okay, minus. They gave me that the area of the triangle is a half r squared sine theta. Does anybody know how they got this? This right here? They gave it to you, so you don't need to know how they got it. Just use it and, go about your business. But does anybody know how they got this equation for the area of the triangle?
No, miss, I don't know. Not sure, miss.
Okay. So we know that the area of a right angle triangle is a half base by height. But if I have the area of a triangle that's not right angle, how do I find the area of that? If I have a triangle that's not right angle, how do I find the area of this? Would I still use a half base by height?
Yes, miss.
A half base by height is used for right angle triangles. That's why when we were doing it, I kept repeating right angle triangle, right angle triangle, right angle triangle. It's a half at the base multiplied by the perpendicular height. Perpendicular means at a right angle. Do you see any perpendicular height here? Do you see a height that's 90 degrees?
No, miss.
No. Therefore, I can't apply this. I can't use a half base by height. So remember, this formula is for when the triangle is a right angle triangle, right? But does anybody know the formula when it's not a right angle triangle? How to find the area? You would, if you didn't learn it yet, you would learn this eventually in regular math because you need to know it for your exam. Anybody going once? Going twice? Okay. Well, the area of, so you could just note this now because you would learn it eventually. The area of a triangle that's not a right angle triangle is a half AB sine C, where this would be A, this would be B, and the angle between them is C. But how exactly, wait, hold on, before I continue. Does this look familiar to anybody?
No, miss.
No. Okay. Okay, how exactly did they come up with this, formula, half AB sine C? Did it just, pop out in a way? There's a reason behind why, well, how they derive that formula. And let me show you. Okay. So we know the area of a triangle, right angle triangle, is a half base by height, where h is my perpendicular height. Perpendicular height. We said the only reason we can't use the formula half base by height to find the area of this is because I don't have a perpendicular height. However, if I drop a line right here, this is a perpendicular height, so this would be h, right? Everybody following so far? If I just draw a line here, I'm perpendicular to this, so I will call it h. That's my perpendicular height. You good so far?
Yes, miss.
Okay. But if I found sine of this angle, so I know that sine theta, oh my, that's an n. Sine theta is equal to opposite on hypotenuse. If theta is c, then sine of c, you know, since I have a right angle triangle here now, right, I can use straights. So if sine of theta is opposite on hypotenuse, c is my angle. So if I find sine of c, it would be opposite, which is h, on hypotenuse, which is a, right? Everybody following that so far?
Yes, miss.
Okay,
Wait, repeat one more time.
repeat which part?
The signs is the yellow part, miss.
We said the reason why we can't use the formula half base by height to find the area of this triangle is because we don't have a perpendicular height, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so I said if I drop a line here, so if I draw a line here, this would be considered my perpendicular height. Why? Because it's perpendicular to this line down here. You good?
Yes, miss. So far.
So I'm drawing a line straight down, vertical line. This is considered my perpendicular height. Okay, so this is a right angle triangle now. Just in case you're not seeing it, let me highlight it for it. This is now a right angle triangle. We know once we have a right angle triangle, we could use the trig functions. What do I mean by trig functions? Sine, cosine, tan. I said sine, we know that sine of an angle, so sine theta is opposite, so the opposite side to the angle over the hypotenuse, the triangle. Following that so far? This is just me trigs, right? Sine is opposite on hypotenuse.
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Okay,
Hold on.
for this right angle triangle, my red triangle, theta, which is the angle, is C, correct? Yes or no?
Again,
Uh,
miss.
Theta is the angle, and I'm saying that the angle is C.
Oh,
See?
yes, it is.
Okay. Wait, I didn't hear from Troy. Troy, you good with that? Theta, which is my angle, is C.
yes, miss.
So if I want to find sine of C, sine is opposite on a hypotenuse. Which side is opposite to C? A, H, or B? Opposite.
H.
H. Hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is the longest line in a triangle. Which one is that?
A.
A.
A. And
So if I make H the subject of the formula here, what would be H? What would H be equal to if I'm trying to make it the subject of this formula?
What do you mean by subject, miss?
I want H by itself, so I need to get rid of this A. How would I get rid of the A?
You can multiply both sides by A.
Okay, so H is equal to what?
It should be equal to sine C times A.
Sine C times A. Good job. Multiplied by A. All right, keep that in mind. We just found out h is equal to sine c on a. Back to our original formula for the area of a right angle triangle. Area of a right angle triangle is what again? What's the formula? A half what by what? A right angle.
Half base times height.
A of BH.
Times height. If I just found out that h is sine c by a, I could now replace the h with that to get a half b by sine c times a. All I did, I replaced this h with this value. If I now rearrange this, I will get a half ab sine c. And that is how they came up with this equation to find the area of a triangle that is not a right angle. Everybody good with that?
Oh, missed the last part there. The last line you had. Why do you go from the second to last line to the last line?
So a half b by sine c multiplied by a. That's the same as saying this. We use another color. So a half multiplied by b multiplied by sine c multiplied by a. Did you know, everybody here, that multiplication is commutative? Do you know what I mean by commutative?
It doesn't matter what order you put it in, it would still result in the same answer.
Exactly. And that's why I can rearrange this to get a half. Okay, let me write it. So because it doesn't matter which order I put this in, I can rewrite this to get a half multiplied by a multiplied by b multiplied by sine c. But of course, we know that, you don't need to write those multiplication signs all the time. I could simply write this as a half ab sine c. That is how they got this equation. You good now?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Everybody good with that?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Okay. Right. So like I said, you would learn that in regular math. You're required to know this. So yeah, now you know how they got that. They don't just learn it because the teacher told you to. You know exactly how they got it. Okay, back to my question. When kind of happening. Right. Back to how they got a half r squared sine theta. Like I said, you don't need to know this, but I want you to know whatever I tell you. Question everything. Right? That's the only way to learn. Not just in math, in any subject. Question every single thing. Right. Let me draw a triangle again. So this is not a right angle triangle. I said this is C, this is A, and this is B. Look at this now. Okay, so let me draw the triangle again. This triangle now. This is not right angle, right? So this is R, my radius. This is also R. And this angle here is theta. Okay, so let me just write theta. Okay. So looking at this, these two, right? This triangle, this equation. A half A multiplied by B sine of the angle between them. So what do you think would be the equation for this? A half what?
4.
Wait, hold on. Somebody said miss. Miss what? Oh, I don't. What was that? You have a problem? Hold on. Wait, who is that? Okay, so I guess I put enough, but push. I didn't see that message. Okay. Right. So looking at this triangle and looking at this equation is a half A multiplied by B by the angle by sine of the angle between them. So what do you think would be the equation for this triangle? To find the area of this triangle. Looking at this, then looking at this. What do you think?
A half r by r sine theta.
Half r times r sine theta. But we know that r times r is r squared. Hence, the equation a half r squared sine theta. That's how they got this. Everybody good with that?
Yes, miss.
Everybody in the class?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Like I said, that was not necessary. I just want you, to develop that skill of questioning everything, All right, so back to the question. All we need to do is easy thing, right? Just substitute your values into this equation to get your answer. So it's a half r, which is radius, is 4 centimeters. So that's a half by r by 4 squared. Theta is pi and 6. Sine of. Anybody has a value for me?
So miss, so the first one would be half of 16, which is 8, times pi over 6, which would be 8 pi over 6.
Wait, hold on. Was the angle pi over 6 or pi over 4?
Pi over 6, miss.
Okay. But yeah. So it's a half by 16 by pi and 6. 4 squared is 16 divided by 2 is 8. So you could reduce that to 4 pi and 3. This is 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 sine of pi and 6. So yeah. If you learn the special angles, this is actually a special angle. Sine pi and 6. Sine pi and 6 is a half. So this is basically 8 times a half, which is minus 4. So what's the answer? You put that into a calculator. They did not. The difference between this question and the last question, well, the question before the last question, they wanted the answer in terms of pi. They said that specifically. They said giving your answer in terms of pi. However, for this one, they did not say that. They did not specify if to leave it in terms of pi or not. That is why you would put this into a calculator to find a decimal. So the exact value, right? Exact value, but yeah. Put it into a calculator and tell me the decimal.
0.18.
Hey, miss, isn't the calculator supposed to be in radians?
What?
Isn't the calculator supposed to be in radians?
Yeah. You see this angle, because the angle is in radians, you have to put your calculator in radians because you're finding this side. Yeah.
Miss, how you get that 4 on the right, miss? I think I get something else than 4.
4 squared is 16. 16
Four.
divided by 2 is 8. Sine of pi and 6 is a half. 8 divided by 2 is 4. You want me to write that out?
Wait. Oh, no. What we just saying? Oh, I was overthinking.
Okay. Well, this is centimeter squared. Don't forget to unit. Oh, that's a m squared. This is your answer, right? Try to put it to.
Yes, miss, I got the answer.
You got this?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, nice. Anybody did not get that answer?
Wait, Miss, don't wrap it out. Let me write it down.
All right. Let me know when you finish.
All right, finish. Finish right out.
Okay, so I can erase this, right? Okay, everybody?
Yes, you can.
Yes, miss.
Right. So we're taking a little detail. What do I mean by that? Well, mhm. Do question 2A part 1. Thank you, please. Please, thank you. Yeah. Just part 1. 2A part 1. Actually, you could do part 2 as well. So both of them. We're doing 2A. I'll give you like 3 minutes to do that. Okay, time to go. This. You might be wondering, what am I doing? This has nothing to do with radiant sectors. So why are we doing it? Good question. But before I answer that question, what's your answer? Wait, hold on. Before I ask you what answer it is, what topic does this come under? Does anybody know?
Functions.
I think it's
This is a
Completing the square, I think.
completing the square. Yes. This is a quadratic function. So yes, it is a function. But yeah, the topic is completing the square. Completed square form. X plus h squared plus k. In this case, they gave us b and c, like they had, instead of h, they had b, instead of k, they had c. That's fine, right? They're just letters. Does not matter what letter you use. The like what you do is still the same. You can have whatever letters you want, right? But this is just the standard way. A, H, and K. So, can anybody tell me what's the answer? Going once.
Miss, what you asked, miss?
What's your answer?
I don't use math.
Haven't finished yet, miss.
No, well, I have to go now. Well, not go now, but I have to do it now. Why? One, we're running out of time, and this is not the topic we're doing. I need to finish gradients often sectors. But the main reason why I wouldn't give you more time to do this is because we did this already. So let me just do the question and then I'll tell you why I just did this random thing while we're supposed to be doing radians after second. So there are two ways to do this to complete the square. First way, you could use the formulas. What's the formula for h?
The formula for h is b over 2a.
B over 2a. Good job. So what would I put in? What's b?
B is 9.
9, you sure?
-9.
-9 over 2 by 3. which is minus 9 and 6, which would reduce to minus 3 and 2. What's the formula for K? Going once,
4ac minus b squared over 4a.
minus b squared on 4. Good job. So all I have to do is substitute my values. This is 4, a is 3, because a is the coefficient of x squared. C is 4, minus b squared, so that's minus 9 squared. Go to some minus 9, all over 4a. That's 4 times 3. This, I just doing it up here, is going to give me 4 times 4 is 16, 48, 48 minus 81. So let me write that down, 48, 81 on 12. That would give me 39, 12 minus, hold on, 33.
41.25. Wait,
Wait, wait, 48 minus 81, that's 33, 33. Well, minus 33 on 12. It's going to give me minus 11.4. Everybody good with that?
Yes, miss.
Yes, ma'am.
yes.
Let's
Okay.
see.
All right. So now we have our values for H and K. That's all we need to complete this way. So let me erase this. Can I erase this? The green part?
Yes, miss.
But this is a bit long. I just erased it. Right. So we know our value for H is minus 3 and 2. For K is minus 11 and 4. All I need to do is substitute my values now. So what would I get? My value of A, which is the coefficient of x squared, is going to be 3 plus x plus H, so that's minus 3 and 2 squared, and then minus 11 and 4. This is my answer. Everybody good?
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Well, that was one way of doing it. There's another way you could do it, so let me just do it real quick. 3x that's my 9x plus 4. So just do it real quick, right? So, oh god, but that method wouldn't be very nice to do right now. Okay, I will still do it. That's x squared minus x plus 4 to the squared minus 3x is plus 3x squared squared plus 4 plus x minus squared minus 11 on 4. And then, so final answer is this.
You always start with your quote.
Wait, somebody else asking me a question.
Sit down.
Am I muted? Oh my. Hold on. Putting mic unmuted. Oh no, I don't know. Okay. Well, this is the second way to do it. A longer way, but still very valid. Just in case you learn this way. Yeah. That's what you do. As you can see, same answer, right? Everybody good? If you do not know that method, it is fine. Using the
Yes.
formula, you don't need to learn this.
I think the first one is easier. First.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, like I was saying, you don't need to learn this method. If you want to, fine, but using the formula is fine. It's fine. Hold on. Interesting. Hold on. K was 4, A is 3, C is 4, minus B squared. So B squared is going to get 81 on 4A, which is 12. 4 times 4 is 16, and 6 is 48. 48 minus 21 and 12. That's minus 33 and 12. That's 33 and 12. And then 35 minus 3. It's minus 4. Minus 9 and 4. Plus 4 and 3. See why I don't like this method? I'm getting minus 11 on top. Oh. That's the thing about this method. This is going to give me 12. But then, if I put the 3 here, I would have to divide this by 3. Right. This is why I don't like this method, but yes, this is it. Okay? Like I said, you don't have to learn this. Once you know the formula, how to use the formulas, you're good to go. Right? That was just in case you wanted to know this as well. So let us continue with our gradient after sectors. We're doing one more question with this gradient after sectors, because the others are the same thing. It's the same thing that we were doing before. Let me choose a question that was a bit different. This one. Not B and C, just A. This is 2013, number 4A. This is what you're doing now. So yeah, just do that for me. I'm going to end the meeting, rejoin. This is the question that we're doing.